What if I told you that the company building some of the most powerful AI in the world might be rewriting its own history to justify faster, riskier releases? Today, we're diving into OpenAI drama that's not just tech industry gossip. It's a window into how the guardrails around the most powerful AI systems are being quietly redefined. And the tea? It's being spilled by one of their own former researchers. This isn't just about corporate politics. It's about how safe our AI future will actually be. Hey, welcome back to AI Odyssey, where we navigate the evolving AI landscape together. Before we dive in, let me set the stage for anyone who's new here. OpenAI is the company behind ChatGPT. You know, that AI chatbot that wrote your cousin's English essay and is helping your uncle code his website. But before ChatGPT blew up, OpenAI developed earlier models, including one called GPT-2 back in 2019. Think of GPT-2 like ChatGPT's awkward teenage phase, not as polished, but still impressive for its time. And here's the thing. When OpenAI created GPT-2, they initially refused to release it to the public because they were concerned about potential misuse. Imagine if Apple built a new iPhone but then said, "Actually, this is too powerful, we're not going to sell it yet." That's basically what happened. Fast forward to this week. OpenAI published a document explaining their philosophy on AI safety, specifically addressing how they approach alignment, which is basically making sure AI systems behave in ways humans want them to. In this document, OpenAI described two different approaches to releasing powerful AI: a continuous approach, where you release systems gradually and learn from each step, versus a discontinuous approach, where you treat early systems with extreme caution because you're worried about sudden jumps in capability. Here's where it gets spicy. OpenAI claimed that with GPT-2, they took the discontinuous approach, treating it with outsized caution relative to its apparent power. But now they say they view AI development as continuous, suggesting their previous caution was perhaps unnecessary. This did not pass the vibe check with Miles Brundage, who until recently was a high-profile policy researcher at OpenAI. He literally helped make the decision about GPT-2's release, and he took to X, formerly Twitter, to call out his former employer. Brundage claimed OpenAI is rewriting history about its approach to GPT-2. According to him, the cautious, gradual release of GPT-2 was completely consistent with their current approach, not some outdated philosophy they've moved beyond. Basically, he's saying OpenAI is creating a fake narrative. The way Brundage tells it, GPT-2's release was cautious for good reason. They rolled it out gradually, learned from each step, and shared what they learned. Exactly the responsible approach you'd want from people building increasingly powerful AI. This wasn't some overcautious false alarm. It was, in his view, proportionate to what they knew at the time. So why does this matter? This isn't just corporate drama. It's about the fundamental approach to releasing AI systems that could become increasingly powerful and potentially risky. Imagine if pharmaceutical companies started saying, "You know what? Those clinical trials we used to do were just unnecessary caution. We're just going to release new drugs faster now." You'd be rightfully concerned, right? Brundage fears that OpenAI is setting up a world where safety concerns are automatically labeled as alarmist, where you need overwhelming evidence of imminent danger before you can pump the brakes. For increasingly powerful AI systems, that approach is, in his words, very dangerous. And let's be real, OpenAI is absolutely in a pressure cooker right now. They're burning through billions of dollars annually, with reports suggesting their losses could triple to $14 billion by 2026. Meanwhile, competition is heating up, with Chinese AI lab DeepSeek coming in hot with models that are matching OpenAI's capabilities. OpenAI's CEO Sam Altman even admitted that DeepSeek has lessened their technological lead and said they would pull up some releases to compete better. In other words, they're feeling the need for speed. No cap. The company that once held back technology out of caution is now seemingly in a race to release faster, and that's giving major red flags to safety experts like Brundage. This controversy doesn't exist in a vacuum. OpenAI has faced criticism before about prioritizing shiny products over safety concerns. Last year, they dissolved their AGI readiness team, the very team tasked with preparing for advanced AI. Multiple AI safety researchers have jumped ship to competitors. The AI safety community has long been divided on release strategies. Some experts argue for openness and incremental learning, while others advocate for extreme caution with potentially powerful systems. But what's troubling here isn't the debate itself. It's the suggestion that a company might be retroactively changing its narrative to justify faster releases. As AI ethicist Timnit Gebru has emphasized in her work, transparency about decision-making processes in AI development is crucial. When companies aren't transparent about why they're making shifts in safety approaches, it becomes impossible for the public and policymakers to evaluate whether appropriate precautions are being taken. What I find particularly concerning is how economic pressures might be reshaping safety narratives. When OpenAI was a nonprofit, they could afford to be cautious. Now, as a company that needs to justify its massive valuation, the incentives have shifted dramatically. I think what we're witnessing is the messy reality of what happens when frontier AI development meets market pressures. Companies naturally want to present a coherent narrative about their approach, but when that narrative starts contradicting historical facts, it raises serious questions about how decisions are actually being made. And here's what most people overlook. This isn't just about OpenAI, it's setting precedents for the entire industry. If the company that once positioned itself as the most safety conscious is now seemingly downplaying past caution, it lowers the bar for everyone. The stakes couldn't be higher. We're talking about technologies that could fundamentally reshape our society. If we normalize the idea that caution is alarmist, or that safety concerns are barriers to progress rather than essential guardrails, we're creating a culture where responsible development becomes the exception, not the rule. So where does this leave us? As AI capabilities continue to advance, the question of how to balance innovation with safety will only become more critical. And low-key, we all have a stake in how this plays out. Would you rather companies move fast and potentially break things with increasingly powerful AI? Or would you prefer they maintain strict safety protocols, even if it means slower progress? What kind of oversight do you think is necessary as AI systems become more capable? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious about where you stand on this. And if you found this breakdown valuable, smash that like button and subscribe to stay updated on the AI developments that will shape our collective future. This is AI Odyssey, exploring tomorrow's intelligence today.